Hey guys. So it's a miserable rainy day. Can't really, I don't know how you can see it, but it is. But a couple of days ago, I made silicone molds, and well, I don't know if I did something wrong or I got the wrong silicone, but it didn't work out exactly as planned. But like I said before, it's like the motif of this channel. So as practice, I was going to use the practice to do a bottle opener, but I made 3 molds because I didn't want to cap off the silicone. And, you know, I didn't want to go in everywhere, so I just used it all at once. I made I tried to make a mold of a key, and that thing completely it just got destroyed. I tried to make a mold of a bottle opener that I made, and I was going to lost wax cast it, but that's still, I'm letting it cure for a couple more days. And then the last one, I had a marble elephant, and I kind of like made a silicone mold of it, and it worked out all right. I don't want to say it was like perfect, but it worked out pretty good. So I poured wax in it, and I made this. And you can see it still has some of the silicone, like, you know, stuck to it. But I scraped a whole ton of it off with a razor blade, so it should be all right. Like, it should still have the form. So I'm going to try to lost wax cast it. I got plaster left over from my foundry, and I know I probably should save it for the next time I need to, you know, refactory my foundry, but it's fine. I'm not using that much, and I can always get more if I have to. So I'm gonna play with plaster, and plaster's messy, so I'm gonna do it off camera. And this is gonna be a nice little filler episode until the bottle opener. So, all right. Well, cross your fingers. The styrofoam balls for a makeshift pouring basin. It should be at the right height. It should have adequate distance from the walls. Just gotta wait for it to set up. We'll see how that goes. And then let it sit here for a couple of hours and come out and test it. But I found a bunch of these in the woods. This one's the one in the best shape. But my heart is telling me that it's aluminum. But I want to believe that they're actual tin, in which they could be, because they're really old. They were back in the middle of nowhere. So I'm hoping they're like old tin food cans, like real old tin food cans. But like I said, my heart and my brain's saying aluminum. My childlike sense of wonder is telling me they're tin. And I got one more thing, but I'm going to turn it into a bottle opener. I hope it works. It should work. But hey, this is all about experimenting and, you know, learning something new. So far, I practiced cord wrapping a handle, which is something I've never done before. I practiced working with silicone, which didn't turn out great, but technically it worked. And there was one other thing. Oh, I'm working on lost wax casting, something else new. And I think that's about it. So for the long and short of it, even if nothing comes of this little competition where us guys have going on, at least I practice a couple new skills. So when that new bottle opener is ready, I'll be pretty excited to throw that one on there. I don't care if it works or not. It'd be a nice little decorative piece. I'm half tempted to try to cast the shape and like the rough shape and keep like a blank that I can use more often, because I don't know when I'll find another one. So we'll just leave that little spoiler alert little cliffhanger there. But alright guys. I'm gonna tack this on the actual casting of the elephant if the mold turns out good enough. And I hope you guys enjoy. I'm actually pretty psyched about this one. Alright, later on. Hey guys, so today I'm doing a brass elephant today. I did a lost wax casting, my first one ever. I used a chiseled, like one of those there Aztec chiseled elephants, ones that are like made out of marble, and I coated it in silicone, made it out of wax, and then that part went okay, and I buried it in plastered. I melted out most of the wax last night. I went up to 450 degrees for 3 hours, give or take. But I'm right now, while the brass is melting, I'm trying to get rid of any residual moisture to kind of hope that it doesn't explode in my face, which that's best case scenario. It doesn't explode in my face. But alright. So when the brass starts to melt, I'll do the whole fluxing thing. It's all brass that I recently melted, so it's pretty clean. I'm gonna flux it anyway, give it a little bit more running capabilities, and then I'm gonna show you guys the pour. Alright guys, well the mold was still steaming a little bit, so I'm a little nervous, but this wouldn't be my channel if everything went right. Welder's gloves are supposed to be good for a lot of temperature. I could feel it through it. Well, that's something that's not right. You know what that means, right? That means there was still water in there. I definitely poured enough in. I just don't know how much bubbled out. So, guess we'll see tonight. So guys, a little bonus footage. I went and melted down those cans. I already gave them a flux. I gotta take the dross out. I am 150% sure it's aluminum, which is sad, but I'll use it anyway. I don't melt cans because there's nothing really in it, you know. So out of that whole bag of cans, here's what we got. Ugh. Why does this always happen to me? Alright, so I missed the pour, but I don't really care. I have nothing in it. Found the cans. And it'll just be remelted anyway. So, here's what I want to show you though. That's how much good aluminum. Out of that bag of cans, there's probably about 30 of them. There's how much slag. So, that's why I don't do cans. Granted, these were a little dirtier than normal, but... Alright, thanks for watching. I'll get back to you with the elephant later, and have a great day. It worked. It's a little rougher than I thought it was going to be. Actually, it's quite a bit rougher than I thought it was going to be. But after I hack off its little thing there, I can see about making one of those there sander things where you put a bowl on top of a sander and add sand, a tumbler. I'm pretty happy with it. A little careful sanding and it should look like, well, it does look like an elephant. Its one ear didn't turn out quite right. I blame most of this on the water. I'll shine it up. Hey guys, so here's what we got out of that pour. Well, 2 pours technically. Now, I heard a shrinkage, but that's kind of ridiculous. Those were the same elephant, pretty much. Give or take. I wonder if the water inside the mold, like, I don't want to say compressed it, but took up space equally around it. Because it's not the elephant. It's not the same. And there's definitely flaws. But that is really close. And it has, like, the only thing that really didn't turn out all that great were the tusks. But I don't think anything really shrank. I don't think it shrunk that much. So I'm wondering if the moisture in the plaster actually, like, surrounded it, like, equally. It's a theory. And it could have been that the plaster shrunk when I heated it. But usually when you heat something, it expands. So, I don't know. I'm not a... I know some stuff, but I'm not a scientist. Alright. So, here's the stuff I got junk-wise. That's the brass left to remelt. The one piece of junk aluminum I'm going to remelt. Two keepers. They turned out pretty good after I filed off some of the rough edges. I'm going to add them to my collection. If I ever get hard up for aluminum, I'll probably melt that one. And then I'm going to keep these 2 brass ingots. Because it turned out fairly nice. And if I need brass, I'll just remelt it. And then, of course, the elephant. But I don't know how to feel about that. If you hear anything in the background, ignore it. It's usually what I do. At least I try. The minute I hear anything, the song High School Never Ends plays in my head. You know, bum 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 bum. But, yeah. There's the elephant. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not mirror finished. But I wire brushed them, filed them down in places that were a little rougher than others. And he stands, so who cares? Alright. Have a great day. I'll be sure to have this posted soon, before the jar opener, bottle opener. So, thanks for watching, and have a great day.